Have you ever had that moment where you come across someone and the moment you look at them, you're dead?
Okay, get to the hard point.
And they've got the same sniper as you, the same setup, but they just kill you that split second quicker. Oh, yeah, I've had that as well. And chances are they're probably doing some of these things that I'm going to talk about in this video. So make sure you stick around because you may or may not know these tips. And if you don't, once I tell you, it's going to help improve your sniping and quickscoping so much on Modern Warfare. You need to watch this video. Let's go.
Hard point secure. Okay, get to the hard point. Enemy UAV overhead. Got a personal radar drone ready for it.
Oh,
Ready for flyover.
what the hell was that? What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are doing well. And this video is slightly different. We are going to look at some secret sniper tips to help improve your sniping, your quickscoping, and just overall survivability in Modern Warfare as a sniper. I hope this helps some of you guys. Some of you may be aware of what I'm going to talk about, but this is for those of you who aren't aware of some of these things. It should help you when you're going around trying to get clips in Modern Warfare. So just before we get into it, if you could leave a like and subscribe to the channel, I would really appreciate it. We hit 2k, so thank you so much for that. Now it's on the road to 3k. I can't get there without you guys, so again, like and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. Now let's get right into it. So the first thing we mentioned at the start of the video was when you come across someone who, let's just say you both got Car 98, you both got the same setup, but that person always seems to kill you that split second quicker. It's happened to almost all of us. There are other reasons like maybe reaction time and connection and things like that, but let's just assume everything is the same for both of you. There is one thing that will help you get off that shot just a little bit quicker, and that's called pop shotting or crack shotting or black scoping as it's been known in previous CODs, however you want to look at it. And that's where in this Call of Duty your shot is actually accurate before your scoping animation is completed, so a few frames before you can actually shoot. So instead of shooting here, you could shoot like that. So I'll actually do a shot to show you. Normal quick scope. There's the bullet. We'll aim for the head here. Crack shot, and there it is. Again, normal quick scope like that, and a black scope, and there you can see it's still accurate as well. Same with the AX50. You can pop shot with that as well. So look at this target here, for example. Normal quick scope like that. There's the bullet center, and just a quick pop shot. Just landed there. So you can still land accurate shots to the body by pop shotting. So it's not completely accurate, but with it being one shot kill in multiplayer, you can pop shot like that, and you can see that bullet's landed there. So again, normal quick scope and a pop shot, that will land. This also works at distance. So if we look at these things here and do a normal quick scope, you can actually get these by pop shotting as well. So you can see if I do a normal quick scope again, I've hit that, and then if I aim for the top one and just pop shot, it's much quicker, but the shot is still landing. So things like that, that split second difference will actually save your life when you're against another sniper or an M4 and MP5. It can be done with the heavier snipers, it's just a bit more difficult. So if I do a normal quick scope on this, completely missed, that's terrible. There's a normal quick scope, and then if we aim for the top one with like a pop shot, you see I've just hit that there while doing a pop shot, and I'm sure that hit, but there you go, see. So a lot of you may actually do this in game, but just without realizing. So for example, if you're behind cover and you know somebody's over there or over here, for example, and they're just constantly shooting, and you just take a shot, take a pop shot, and it hits and it lands. You can actually train and practice so you can take all your shots like that. So you might have done this in a game where somebody's there, you know they're there, they're still shooting, and you just peek and you just shoot. And that at that height would be a one-shot kill. You just peek and shoot, and you've done a pop shot. Almost exactly the same spot. Whereas usually, this is your normal quick scope, but when they're peeking like this, you might just shoot like that. And so that is the first tip. If you practice that in bots against these targets, or just in game, is what I would recommend. Just try it every so often, you eventually get used to it. As soon as you see someone, just straight away go for the pop shot, and eventually over time you'll get much better at it. The split second that you're saving will keep you alive, help you keep going for those clips. Let's move on to the next tip. So for this tip we are going to look at something called broken camera angles and also positioning. So first thing, our characters hold the guns on the right hand side. So for example, if you're peeking and moving to the right and peeking, it's a lot easier because you only have to move this much before you can scope in and see. Whereas if you're trying to peek here from the left, you have to move a lot more before you can scope in and see. And if somebody stood there waiting, they will see, as you're peeking, they'll see your shoulder, your arm, your leg before you can see them. So what you want to do, if you find yourself in a situation where somebody's here, for example, or here, you want to take advantage of something called broken camera angles. It's been in other CODs, they never fix it, I'm not sure why, but have you ever been in a situation where somebody's jumped around the corner and instantly killed you, or it looks like they've instantly killed you? It's because jumping or sliding around the corner actually allows you to see someone a split second before they see you. So if you know somebody's here and you don't want to peek like this because they'll see your left side before you see them, what you want to do is jump and go for the shot, or slide and go for the shot, because not only does that mean you're going up and it's harder to hit you, or you're going down and it's harder to hit you because they have to adjust their aim up and down, but you're also taking advantage of the jumping mechanic, broken camera angles, and the sliding because you're moving quicker. Also, be aware of your positioning. If somebody's here, for example, on the left, peeking this way, it takes you longer to see them. So it's better to go around and take advantage of the gun being on your right side and peeking towards the right, and then aim in and shoot. So be aware of your surroundings, where the enemy is, where you're positioned, and then decide whether you want to flank around and go for the shot, or if you are going to peek from the left, jump or slide to make it harder for them to hit you. Let's go on to the next tip. So in this one we're going to talk about one that surprised me actually, and it's the use of dead silence. And I was surprised at the certain people that didn't know all the uses of it. So obviously it makes you quiet, like in other games it used to be a perk, now it's a field upgrade. So naturally, especially in games like S&D, you will activate it when you're going for a flank just so you stay quiet and the enemy team can't hear you coming. But activating dead silence actually speeds your per ADS slightly, and as long as you get a kill, now this is the surprising part, how many people didn't know, if you get a kill while dead silence is activated, it actually replenishes your dead silence. So if you watch the bottom right, you'll see each time I get a kill, it replenishes my dead silence, so you can stay silent for longer as long as you get kills before it times out, like so. Just got it in time there. But you see the idea, when there's a team full of people and you've executed a flank, if you get the kill, you'll be able to keep replenishing your dead silence over and over again, and by the time they know you're there, it's going to be too late. So it keeps you quiet. Main thing, you can replenish dead silence by getting kills, and it also slightly makes your ADS quicker. So bear that in mind. Let's go to the next tip. Now for these last few tips, I'm just going to talk directly to the camera because there's not much to show, and what we're going to talk about is actually your equipment, which can help in your not just quick scoping but just your general shooting in Modern Warfare. So things like having a good monitor. So if you have a monitor with a 1 millisecond response time, it will react quicker to the buttons that you're pressing, and you'll see the difference if you have a 60-inch huge TV, which is amazing for movies, or you have, like mine, a 24.5-inch monitor which has a 1 millisecond response time. You will actually notice the difference in your gameplay just because of the response time. The other thing is maybe switching out your button layout. So instead of having like L2 and R2 for PlayStation, you could have L1 and R1 because it reduces the input lag. So for example, I have a SCUF controller. So if you have a SCUF, you have at the back here you have like these trigger stoppers where you can shorten the distance that you actually have to squeeze your triggers in before it registers in the game. So if you have a SCUF pad like me, you can tighten those up so you only have to press it a little bit before it registers. Or if you don't have that, you can change to L1 and R1 so that you can press it straight away and scope in straight away. Also, you notice one thing I do, I always keep my charging cable plugged in. So the same way pressing these two reduces input lag, I like to have my charging cable plugged in all the time to reduce input lag. So it's got a direct connection to the PS4, so as soon as I press a button, the console will register that straight away, and then my monitor will register it straight away because I've got a quick response time monitor. So there's a lot of variables and they're only like slight millisecond differences, but altogether everything adds up and does make a big difference. And I guess the final secret tip is an easy way to actually get easy lobbies. Now, we've all heard talks about reverse boosting and things like that. So for those of you who don't know, skill-based matchmaking or team balancing, whatever you want to call it, the way some people have been counteracting that is you die lots on purpose, in game of course. You kill yourself in game non-stop. It makes your kill to death ratio terrible. You do that over a certain amount of games. I think it's 5 games maybe, something like that, and the next game in theory should be very easy because your KD's coming down, so the game realizes, okay, this person's not too good at the game, let's level out the playing field and give them somebody at that KD. But then you'd actually play properly and smack out clips. I've never done it, I never want to. I'd rather get whooped than do that. The other way to do that is if you have somebody with a low KD, have them host the lobbies. It will kind of balance out their low KD, and your high KD will kind of balance out to a medium average. So you'll still get some people who are good, very good, but generally easy lobby, easy to hit clips. Unfortunately, I don't have friends who I've got friends, but I don't have friends with low KDs who are always playing to get me lobbies like that. So the final way, which I'm actually yet to try, I wish I had tried it so I could show it in the video, and I might maybe do that in future, is if you play a game like normal, once the game is finished, if you look at the overall scoreboard, your team, enemy team, look at the person who did the worst, like 10 and 35 deaths or something like that, and then you go on to recent players and you find their name and you can actually join their session. Now I think you have to wait until it says in pre-game lobby so that it doesn't show you on their screen and they don't know you've joined, and then it would actually put you in the lobby with those type of players, and theoretically it should be very easy to get kills. Now the way I know that is iMarksman did a video on it. He's a very famous YouTuber, streamer, S&D player, amazing. I'm sure you know who he is, but if you don't, if you search up iMarksman, he did a video on it not too long ago on how to get easy lobbies, and he showed that it works. So that is a way to get easy lobbies so that you can get easy snipes, easy quick scopes, good clips for YouTube. But it's kind of up to you guys if you want to do that type of stuff. Nobody will really know, but do you really want to get clips like that? So it's up to you. So those are all the tips that I have at this point in the game, just to kind of give you that tiny little bit extra edge with your sniping and quick scoping. Again, like I said at the start, some of you may already know some of these or even all these tips. If you do, maybe it was a reminder, or I don't know, but for those of you who didn't know these tips, try them out. I hope they help. Let me know in the comments if they did help. Let me know if you enjoyed this type of video. Again, leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I'd really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.